The Holden FE, produced between 1956 and 1958, represents a pivotal moment in Australian automotive history. It was more than just a car, it was a symbol of post-war prosperity and the growing Australian identity on wheels. Following the success of the Holden FJ, the FE introduced significant upgrades in design, comfort, and performance, making it one of the most beloved classic cars in Australia. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into this iconic vehicle, exploring its design, engineering, legacy, and the cultural impact it left behind. The FE series marked a major departure from the FJ, with a sleeker, more modern aesthetic that resonated with the 1950s vision of sophistication. Its body lines were smoother, with rounded edges and a wider stance that gave it a more commanding presence on the road. While the FJ had a charming but somewhat boxy appearance, the FE looked like it was moving even when standing still, capturing the optimism of post-war Australia. Holden's designers focused on creating a car that was not only functional but also stylish, reflecting the era's fascination with futuristic designs and chrome embellishments. One of the most noticeable changes in the FE was the front grille. Unlike the FJ, which had a simple horizontal bar design, the FE featured a more intricate grille with a central V-shaped motif. This gave the car a more elegant and distinctive face, helping it stand out in traffic and among competitors. Complementing this were the redesigned headlamps, which were integrated more seamlessly into the fenders, a design choice that contributed to the overall aerodynamic look. Even the tail fins, modest by later standards, added a touch of flair and a sense of motion that appealed to drivers and passengers alike. The Holden FE was offered in multiple body styles, including a 4-door sedan, a 2-door sedan, and a station wagon, catering to a variety of needs. Families appreciated the roomy interior and practical features, while business owners favored the sedan for its reliability and respectable road presence. The station wagon, known for its versatility, became particularly popular among those who needed to transport goods or enjoyed outdoor lifestyles. Inside, the FE offered a more spacious cabin compared to its predecessor, with better seating arrangements and an improved dashboard layout that made driving more comfortable and intuitive. Under the hood, the Holden FE continued to use the tried-and-tested 2.2-litre inline 6-cylinder engine, but with several enhancements that improved reliability and performance. The engine delivered modest power by today's standards, around 68 horsepower, but it was perfectly suited for the Australian roads of the 1950s. Paired with a 3-speed manual transmission, the FE was easy to drive and maintain, making it a favourite among everyday motorists. The suspension was also upgraded, offering a smoother ride that absorbed the often rough rural roads with more grace than the FJ could manage. One of the most important innovations of the FE was the introduction of improved safety and comfort features. The braking system was enhanced for better stopping power, while the steering was made more responsive, allowing drivers to maneuver with confidence. Inside the cabin, Holden focused on passenger comfort, offering better seat cushioning and more ergonomic placements of controls. Ventilation was improved as well, a simple but significant upgrade that made summer drives much more pleasant. These incremental but meaningful improvements demonstrated Holden's commitment to building cars that met the evolving expectations of Australian drivers. The FE was more than just a collection of mechanical improvements, it was a cultural icon. It appeared in countless family photos, suburban driveways, and even local businesses' fleets. Owning an FE signaled reliability, practicality, and a certain level of sophistication. For many Australians, it was their first new car, a tangible representation of personal success and post-war optimism. Its popularity helped solidify Holden's reputation as a homegrown brand that truly understood the needs and tastes of Australians, which in turn built strong brand loyalty that lasted for decades. Collectability and restoration of the Holden FE have grown in recent years, as enthusiasts seek to preserve this piece of Australian automotive history. Restoring an FE requires patience and attention to detail, from sourcing original chrome trims to maintaining the engine's integrity. The car's simple yet elegant design makes it a favourite at classic car shows, where polished examples often turn heads and spark conversations about Australia's motoring past. Collectors also appreciate the FE for its accessibility. Parts are relatively available compared to other classic vehicles, and the car's straightforward mechanical layout makes it an ideal project for both novice and experienced restorers. The FE also represents an important chapter in Holden's design evolution. While the FJ was largely conservative, the FE's styling hinted at future directions for Australian cars, incorporating more European and American influences in subtle ways. Its rounded body, chromed accents, and slightly elevated fins paved the way for subsequent Holden models, influencing design language well into the 1960s. For automotive historians, the FE is a key example of how Holden adapted global trends to local tastes, blending functionality with style in a uniquely Australian manner. Beyond aesthetics and mechanics, the FE holds a special place in Australian popular culture. It frequently appeared in advertisements, films, and television shows of the era, often symbolizing reliability, progress, and middle-class prosperity. Its presence on the roads of the 1950s helped shape the visual identity of post-war Australia, a time when car ownership was becoming more widespread and personal mobility was transforming communities. The FE was not just a vehicle, it was part of the social fabric, contributing to the story of how Australians lived, worked, and played in the mid-20th century. Performance enthusiasts today also recognize the FE's potential for modification. Its simple chassis and engine design make it an ideal candidate for upgrades, whether for classic car rallies, hot rodding projects, or custom builds. While maintaining originality is important for collectors, many car enthusiasts enjoy the creative possibilities that the FE offers, blending historical charm with modern engineering solutions. This dual appeal, both as a collectible and a modifiable classic, ensures that the FE remains relevant and admired in automotive circles decades after its production ended. In terms of historical significance, the Holden FE is often credited with helping solidify Holden's dominance in the Australian market. It demonstrated that the company could innovate while staying true to its core values of practicality, reliability, and affordability. The FE's success encouraged Holden to continue developing vehicles that reflected Australian needs and tastes, fostering a sense of national pride in locally manufactured cars. This connection between brand and culture is part of what makes the FE so cherished among collectors, historians, and everyday enthusiasts alike. The design philosophy behind the FE also emphasized usability. Doors were wider, entry and exit were more comfortable, and the interior layout was thoughtfully planned to maximize space. Storage solutions, including the station wagon's generous cargo area, reflected an understanding of Australian lifestyles, where long drives and outdoor activities were common. By focusing on both aesthetic appeal and functional design, the FE achieved a balance that few cars of the era managed, making it a standout choice for families and professionals alike. The legacy of the Holden FE can still be felt in modern Holden vehicles, where a commitment to reliability, comfort, and thoughtful design continues to be a hallmark. While today's cars are far more technologically advanced, the FE's influence is evident in how Holden approaches design with a focus on the driver and passenger experience. Collectors often reflect on the FE not just as a car, but as a reminder of an era when cars were simpler, yet thoughtfully engineered to meet the everyday needs of Australians. For anyone interested in classic Australian cars, the Holden FE represents an essential chapter. It embodies a moment in time when Holden was solidifying its identity and capturing the hearts of the Australian public. Its combination of style, practicality, and cultural significance makes it more than just a vehicle. It is a symbol of post-war optimism, innovation, and national pride. Whether you are a collector, historian, or simply an enthusiast of classic cars, the FE offers a fascinating glimpse into Australia's automotive past and the enduring appeal of Holden's early designs. Restoring and maintaining an FE today is not just a hobby, it's a way of preserving history. Each car tells a story, from its original production to its life on Australian roads. Every dent, scratch, and patina carries a memory, and restoring an FE allows these stories to continue for future generations. The community of FE owners is passionate, supportive, and knowledgeable, often sharing tips, parts, and stories that keep the spirit of these classic cars alive. It is this community, combined with the FE's timeless design, that ensures it will remain an iconic part of Australia's automotive heritage for decades to come. In conclusion, the Holden FE is much more than just